Hi guys, this is RD again, and this show is PisiKakulitan, where we hang out with people from NIP, we tell stories, and we have fun. For today, we have our kakulitan, my good friend, si Marick. Hi Marick!
Hi, hello RD. Nice to see you again after all this time.
Yeah. So, ako ay isang 4th year physics student, BS Applied Physics student, and Marick, you are?
I'm a 3rd year BS Applied Physics student.
Oh, I see. Okay. So, maybe you can tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I think a little bit about myself would be I'm in physics because I enjoy it. That's basically what it is. And I think I have a life outside physics, or at least I'd like to think I do. Like, kung hindi ako physicist, I would have been an accountant or an artist, in particular watercolor. Pero I chose physics, so.
Alright. Well, actually, guys, a little trivia lang about Marick and I. We were actually friends way back nung face-to-face pa. Like, nung first year ni Marick.
STEM ata. O nag-start na ba?
I think nung kaka-start lang ng very first sem mo. Nung freshie ka, ako sophomore year.
Yeah.
Friends na kami ni Marick. And ano yung mga naaalala mo nung time na yun, Marick?
When we first started talking, it wasn't really academic in nature eh. It was more on our faith kasi that really connected the two of us together. Yeah, we're both Christians kasi. So, yeah, actually it's quite funny how we were introduced to each other. Kasi Bibo, Freshie, lumalapit sa kung kani-kaninong matanda around there.
Si Marick yun, by the way, yung Bibong Freshie.
Yeah, that's me. So sa OADS, meron dong kasing stand ata ang ENC. And then, wala, natuwa lang ako, lumapit ako. Sabi ko, anong meron? Oh, yeah. And that's where we met Kuya David, who happens to be your, like,
Kuya. Yeah. Something like that.
So that's how we're introduced. Sabi niya, meron nga siyang yung mentor na parang gano'n na in NIP, since he found out that I was in NIP as well. So if we want to be introduced to each other. So yun, that's how, and it was easy to get along kasi we practically share a lot of the same things.
Yeah.
Aside from the sporty side, I guess.
I guess the one big thing na we share is parehas tayong physics student, and you know, malaking bagay na yun eh. If you share that, parang yung mga pinagdadaanan, yung Math 20 series pa lang. We'll just show you some pictures namin ni Marick nung time na yun. Nag-meet kami sa IM, sa Institute of Math. Mga selfies, you know, mga totoy selfies.
And ata ako doon relatively compared na.
Oo, hindi pa mahaba yung buhok ni Marick. Yeah.
Bawal eh, nung high school eh. Ngayon lang naman ako allowed to grow my hair.
Pandemic hair. You have your pandemic hair. Anyway, I know we already decided what to talk about this session, but before all of that, kumusta ka lang? How have you been ngayong online setup? Are there like general sentiments that you have, you know?
I think my general sentiment in the online setup is mas madalas sumasakit likod ko kasi mas madalas ako nakaupo. And our house isn't like quite big. Like, I always say this, mas malaki pa yung kwarto ng NIP kasi sa bahay namin. Like, maliit lang siya eh. Rented room lang siya eh. Kasi it's just meant, and at least in the past, it was just meant for you to stay inside.
Yeah.
Pagka tapos na yung day-to-day living mo outside. And since pandemic, mas madalas sumasakit likod ko kasi mas madalas ako nakaupo. So, yun. And I miss my friends. I miss being able to ask questions and receiving answers immediately. Like, mas madaling maging curious before the pandemic. Kasi ngayon, I can still be curious pero you receive answers a bit slower. Like, minsan pag sinagot ako, hindi ko na maalala ano yung tanong ko. Like, why are you saying this answer again? Like, hindi ko maalala kasi wala na yung, like, nakamove on na ako dun sa question ko. So, yun, that's the sad sentiment about the pandemic. But overall, I guess I'm a bit privileged to be comfortable. Yeah, wala naman nagiging issues aside from that.
Glad to hear that. Yung na-mention mo, yung parang yung communication and yung connection, parang it's just different. It's really different ngayong online setup. Kaya rin namin actually ginawa tong project na to, tong PisiKakulitan, where we just hang out, tell stories, ganun. It's to humanize yung mga NIP students na hindi lang tayo students, mga tao rin tayo. We need genuine connection with one another.
Yeah.
That's why, don't forget, if you like this video, make sure to like this video and share it with your friends din. Malay mo, lalo yung mga batchmates mo, Marick, i-share mo rin sa kanila. Maybe matuwa sila, makita ka lang nila ulit. Ganun. We will be talking about the 5 reasons why Marick stayed in NIP. Or Marick is staying in NIP.
Yeah. Okay.
So first of all, Marick, maybe you can tell us bakit important to know the reason why you stay. Ganun.
Yeah, I think the best way for me to be able to describe that is yung sa song lyrics ng Susi by Ben and Ben. Like sabi doon is, balikan mo, bakit ka nagsimula bago mo sabihin ayaw mo na. So yun, I think it's very nice to talk about ba't ba ako nandito in the first place. But I mean, people don't usually go to certain something without having first thought about it. At least I believe that in the sense of college degree at least. So yeah, and sometimes that reason kasi gets lost along the way, like some certain imaginations about pagpasok ko magiging ganito ako tapos hindi naging gano'n. And then you're starting to doubt whether I actually wanted this, yung mga ganon. So I think it's nice to look back and imagine, at least for me, 3 years ago, what was I thinking when I enrolled? Why did I pursue? Kasi I had other options naman from other universities with another course. As I said, accounting in universities, but I still pursued physics. So yeah, I think it would be nice to talk about what happened or what was I thinking in the past, and that actually helped me be motivated now na I would like to believe that did not change. Nakalimutan ko lang kasi I'm so busy that I don't have the time to ponder upon the real fundamental reason why I'm here. And I think those are the 5 reasons that we will be talking about later on.
Alright. Isa pa naisip ko na sobrang parang quick to mind, like, bakit kailangan malaman mo yung reason why? Actually, kasi marami nagtatanong. Marami nagtatanong sa'yo, like, bakit ka nag-physics? Ba't hindi ka na lang nag-engineering o kung ano-ano? Ano magiging trabaho mo pagkatapos mo mag-physics, diba? Those are some questions na maybe sa conversation natin today, mabigyan ng insights. So I guess with that, let's dive right in sa first reason mo.
Okay, so for me, the first reason, and I guess it's everybody's reason why they go into something, it's really about passion. It's really something that you're passionate about. And it's difficult, I guess, for me to define what passion is for everybody. Pero para sa akin, what passion means is something that you really enjoy, na kahit nahihirapan ka na. It's like, playing a video game. Diba, for me, ML, kahit na lose streak na ako, I still keep playing. Kahit na-frustrate na ako na bakit yung mga teammates ko, bunto na yung yan. Parang, I still keep playing kasi it's something I'm passionate about, something that I enjoy. And I think that's the same that I could say with physics. Although funny thing is, I only started being passionate with physics, grade 9 ako. Before, it's the most hated subject that I take kasi hindi ko siya gets. Like, ano ba meron dyan? Why do we... Like, it's not math, but it's not also, like, hindi siya as straightforward as math. Meron siyang words. Meron siyang letters. Although, yeah, math also has letters, but iba yung physics kasi when it comes to math. So I actually enjoyed math before grade 9. But then, I had this teacher, si Ma'am Antonia, and na-enjoy ko yung the way she was able to explain things without having to depend on equations, like very conceptual. So parang na-enjoy ko na the equations are there just to simplify your sentences.
Yeah.
Like one equation can end up being a book.
Yeah.
It's practically what Newton did, di ba? So, yun lang yung nagustuhan ko with physics. Kaya sabi ko, it can explain, like, 1-inch long equation can explain a lot about what's happening in our world. So, yeah, that piqued my interest in grade 9. And hindi na siya nawala. Nag-stick na siya. Like, when you look at certain equations, certain numbers, and you would be able to explain a certain phenomenon, parang, wow, I did that. I can think of that. And yeah, it's just amazing.
I can relate. Ang ganda ng sagot mo. Ganon din yung mga moments na feeling mo physics student ka, na yung mga mundane things, yung mga, kunwari, nag-exercise ka lang, parang, kaya, kasi ganito ito yung torque, kaya ito yung muscle na nag-work.
Yeah.
Tapos makakonect mo siya sa bio. Kasi ito yung function ng muscle na yun. Mga ganong bagay. Pag naka-wall sit ka, paano ka nagsistay up? It's because of the friction sa back mo, tsaka sa wall.
Yeah.
Applied by tapos merong normal force dahil dun sa pag-extend mo ng knees.
Yeah.
Kaya nag-work yung quads mo. Mga ganong pag-nerd out. So, yeah, parang nakaka-miss din. I hope hindi mawala yun sa atin na yung sense of wonder and the word you used is passion sa mga bagay na yun. Yeah, that's the first reason. Sige, I guess we can transition to the second one.
The second one is a bit more fun. Being in the physics, at least saying to people na physics ang pinag-aaralan ko, there's a wow factor.
Yeah.
Like, flex. Although, yeah, they're weirded out for a fraction of a second, like, physics? Like, kasi people's nightmare yun eh, in high school at least, when you take physics exams or like, di ba? Even for us naman din, napapanaginipan natin siya, minsan bangungot na rin siya.
Oh, Marick, I have something to share about this.
Yeah?
Alala ko nung freshie ako, tapos sa mga pilahan lang sa registration, ganon. Pag freshie kasi bibo pa yung mga tao, alala ko, may mga nagtatanong sa akin, wala lang, mga co-freshies, "Hoy, anong course mo?" Tapos every time I get to say parang, applied physics po, parang, ano sila, parang actually, sa totoo lang, pag sinasabi ko applied physics, wala lang naman sa akin, parang, applied physics po. Pero sila, parang, wow, grabe, applied physics. And within UP na to, Within UP na to, ganun pa rin yung reaction nila. Anyway, sige, sorry, sumingit ako.
No, actually, that's actually my experience then. People suddenly, para alam mo yun, kumbaga sa anime, they suddenly move far away. Like, they pan away so quickly kasi, ewan ko, they put it away in a pedestal. Parang, wow, matalino ko siguro. Parang gano'n, yung kasunod at the back of their mind. Pero ako naman, I don't think I'm that smart, really. It's just that connection with the first season, I'm passionate about it. It's something I'm curious about.
By the way, sa mga viewers natin, Marick and I are not saying na parang, kasi physics ko na yun. So, totoo lang, like, if there's anyone na insecure sa kaalaman sa physics, it would be us. Kasi kami yung nakaka-realize as physics students na parang, hindi ko alam paano kung ma-describe ko ba kung ano yung difference ng general relativity, special relativity. Paano pag may nagtanong sa akin about black holes, wala akong alam about that. Mga ganun.
And yeah, and actually that easily transitions to our third reason why later on. Pero I think I could add on to that is being a flex, yung pagiging physics student is also a challenge for us.
Yeah.
Na that challenge is also why we're motivated to keep going. Kasi, bakit hindi ko alam? Gusto kong malaman. And
right.
It's just going na, hindi pwedeng hindi ko alam. Kailangan kong malaman. Bakit ganon? Anong sagot dyan? And yeah, minsan frustrating, pero other times, yan mo yun, parang siyang alarm in your head that you gusto mong bumangon agad the next morning or magpuyat, mag-all-nighter just to that funny Big Bang Theory meme. I don't need sleep. I need answers. So I think that captures what the second reason also says na it's a flex. Other people look up to you when you do it. Parang there's this parang compulsion for you to have to know. So parang I have to know. I have to keep going.
Yeah. I can relate.
And I think the third reason, as I said, the good transition yung dulo ng second reason, yung challenge is the sense of duty. Na, yeah, not everyone is bold enough, I guess, or not everyone is as motivated to go into physics. And so I think it's a sense of duty to actually stay and do it. Kasi our program in UE, University of the East, Basic Education Department in Caloocan, was formulated...
Which was your high school?
High school. It was formulated by the Bernidos. They're Ramon Magsaysay awardees. And I think Dr. Christopher Bernido was the NIP director in the past. So yeah, they're physics people, and they formulated that program. And, na-test lang ako who they are, why did they develop that program. And the citation in the Ramon Magsaysay Award was that there is an issue in our country na kulang ang scientists ng Pilipinas. And so that actually also encourages me to keep going in physics kasi we need physicists, we need scientists, at least in general. So yeah, it keeps you motivated na aside from the challenge presented by the second reason na kasi flex siya, para I have to be able to keep on flexing, and it's also more importantly the sense of duty na kasi someone's depending on it. At least I'd like to believe that someone's depending on it. Mm-hmm. Na it's something important for a society na merong physicists. At least in a community, in our neighborhood, I think I'm the only one who is. At least, I don't know. I don't know anyone else. I think, pagka hindi ko alam na meron doon in our community na physicist, I could confidently say na walang physicist doon kasi magkakakilala naman tayo halos lahat. I mean, I know some friends in other schools. I think in Mapua, I have a friend who is also a physics student. We actually met in our high school. Kami lang dalawa yung nag-enjoy ng physics. So that tells you a lot about how in our school, high school of around 500 students, kaming dalawa lang yung nag-enjoy ng physics. That tells you a lot how much problematic it may be. Like, if you want to progress as a nation, we need to have scientists. And it's a sense of beauty why I stay.
Here's my comment on that, or my bounce on that. Dati, pag tinatanong ako ng mga tao, like, bakit ka mag-physics? And syempre kapag mga close friends ko to, or even sa family, tas niyayabangan ko sila, parang, well, personality ko lang yun, parang, that's my sense of humor din. Parang, sinasabi ko sa kanila, pag di ako mag-physics, sino mag-physics? Parang ganon. Parang, wala kailangan kasi nasa physics ako. Parang, they need me there. Something like that. Nakakatawa yun kasi sa totoo lang, alam naman natin lahat na nahihirapan tayo sa physics. Pero it also has some truth in it na I'm blessed enough to be able to pursue physics. Not everyone has the privilege or the blessing para mag-pursue ng physics kasi maraming tao kailangan na nila maghanap kagad ng trabaho, kailangan na nila kagad maging breadwinner ng mga pamilya nila. Although those are some things na pwede pa rin naman gawin ng physics students, for sure, kung yun yung iniisip mo, going to physics isn't the first thing that you think about. Parang, di ba? Kailangan ko nang pakainin yung pamilya ko. Kailangan ko nang maging breadwinner. Maging physics student kaya ako. Nobody thinks that way, di ba? So, ayun. That's the truth in it na we need scientists, and I don't know for me kung maging scientist ako, but for sure this would be part of it. If I would be a scientist, this undergraduate ng physics or applied physics is part of that journey. Or at least, di ba, makakontribute ako to society. For sure, kahit naman hindi ako maging scientist, makakontribute ako in the scientific way of thinking, in the...
Our perspectives are different kasi. So we would provide a different view of a particular something.
Or even communicating.
Yeah.
Communicating science to others in a in a non-threatening way, di ba?
Yeah.
That's really important.
Yeah, it's very important.
Makita nila yung ganda and yung use din ng science. Right.
Yeah. May maganda ka rin sinabi na I'm blessed enough to pursue it. I think that's also one reason why I stay. Kasi I think sayang kasi yung kaya ng utak ko. I mean, I believe na kaya naman ng utak ko makomprehend. It's just that I need time to be able to comprehend it. And I have that, at least, I can spend that time. I can use that time, which other people, unfortunately, don't have. Yeah, as you said, there are various purposes for them not to choose. So, yun yung iniisip ko rin na, kasi sayang, if hindi ko gagamitin yung parang medyo maalam naman ako sa physics, sayang if hindi ko gagamitin yung medyo kakaunting kaalaman na yun para palaguin pa. And I think that's one of the sense of existing as a human being is that to develop yourself to become better, to challenge yourself to be better. Kasi kaya mong maging better. It's just that you have to be compelled to do better. And one of those compelling reasons would be sense of duty. Kasi it's needed, at least in the Philippines. That's an issue for our country. And I want to be part of that in my own little way. If yun lang naman yung challenge kasi maging physicist, and how do you become a physicist? Mag-aaral ka ng physics. So parang, if you view it in that very simplistic manner, parang, I can help fix problems of the Philippines by just studying physics. So why not? I enjoy it naman, di ba? So yun.
Alright, I guess we can transition to our fourth. And this is medyo joke. Joke reason lang to.
A joking reason, pero I think every DOST scholar would agree, or at least for that matter, any scholar. Hindi naman ako papayagan ng scholarship ko. Umalis din naman eh. I think that's it. May scholarship ako eh. So, and in my scholarship, it was about, sabi doon, choose a parang, what was that? Priority course, priority program, and physics yung napili ko kasi when you look at the list, hindi appealing yung iba eh. So pinili ko physics na lang. And I'm in my third year. I think in the contract, I'm no longer allowed to shift out, and it's a good thing na rin naman na hindi na ako papayagan kasi it would make me stop thinking about ano kaya buhay ko if hindi physics ang kinuha ko, or hindi ako wala nang ganung thought kasi wala na rin naman akong chance umalis.
Yeah.
So I think that's the funny reason. It's a very short but it's a realistic reason why we stay. Kasi hindi ka rin naman makakaalis eh. Diba?
Hindi siya cheesy reason. Pero it's just really true.
Practical reason. It's a realistic reason. Hindi siya masyadong idealistic na. I mean, hindi naman ako pwedeng umalis eh. I actually tweeted about that before. Like, I asked, like, a mini poll in the tweet, like, should I shift or not? Kasi second year pa ako nun. For some people, these reasons are not in the same order. Pero they're probably there. Na for some, ito yung unang reason nila. For some, like me, it's my fourth reason. Diba? So, yun.
Ang ganda nung sinabi mo na you learn to love it. Sometimes, you just napadpad ka lang sa physics or sa NIP for some reason. And maybe nung first year mo na-realize mo or nung second sem mo na-realize mo parang mali yata. Pero it's also possible na ma-realize mo na hindi naman pala mali. Masaya naman pala. Mahirap, pero I think this is for me. Parang ganun.
I think our last reason would be the most idealistic one. It's more of my vision. Kasi, di ba yun? Yeah, it's funny. We make fun of it na it's a big flex na wow, physics, there's a certain prestige to when you're a physics student, and in the future, it would be like second nature to people to think in a scientific
This
manner.
Is your vision for society, right?
Yeah, vision for society, or at least vision for my family or people, the community. Kasi a community is somehow imagined naman eh. Pero yon na it becomes part of your way of living rather than some other thing that that is out there. Kasi if you think about it, physics actually is the reason why we're able to talk right now. We wouldn't be able to have the internet or whatever technology that we're utilizing to have this interview if it weren't for physics, if it weren't for curious people. Pero we have to also look back na these aren't just curious people. You were able to mention it nga kanina na we were blessed. We are right now privileged. And sadly, it's a reality of our world na only a handful of people, only a privileged few can actually choose to follow their passion or at least to actually be able to stay in physics if your reason was kasi yun lang yung pwede kong kunin. Kasi, yeah, that's my vision na it wouldn't have to be so detached na people would be able to see it. And I think that's a good reason for me to stay kasi walang makakapag-communicate, as you've mentioned kanina na, it's important to communicate what we know. Walang makakapag-communicate kung walang physicist. Walang makakapagsabi ng mga things about how science, how physics is important to our daily lives, how important it is to practice critical thinking. Although there are other programs like philosophy, arts, na they cater to critical thinking, pero iba pa rin yung sa atin. And yun, that's my vision na more people taking it, the more people they see na they're not so different from us pala. Baka pwedeng ako rin kumuha ng physics. Ganon, na hindi pala pong matalino lang ang physics. Kasi
so you're like reshaping the perception of what physics is and who physicists are.
Yeah. Na a physicist can be someone riding the jeepney with you.
Yeah.
Which I do all the time. When I'm going home and when I'm going to UP na, I'm studying physics, but I'm not really different from who you are. It's just that I'm privileged enough to be able to choose it. And I hope that would change. Na you no longer have to be privileged in order for you to be able to take physics. And that would change if I become a physicist and I share what I know to people. And yeah, that's also one reason why I'm into physics. If ever I'm not going to be a full-out researcher, I think I would be an educator. I would inspire people to think na you don't have to be so smart. You just need to be a little bit knowable or knowing of things na meron kang alam, kahit konti. Kahit konti lang. And you can work your way to build on that. Kasi our knowledge isn't something na like blocks. They're not blocks. They're more like seeds. They can grow if you nurture them correctly. Pero if they're seeds, tapos you throw them in a barren land, then yun mag-grow. So yun, I think that's one vision.
That sounds suspiciously familiar. That analogy sounds suspiciously familiar.
Well, for the both of us, I think we know what that reference is. Yeah. So yun, and I think that's one of my visions for myself and for society na we cultivate a land that's nourishing for kahit konti lang yung hint of curiosity or hint of knowledge about that. That they be motivated to take physics. So yeah, it's a very idealistic thing, and I don't think that even if I won't be able to see it in my lifetime, at least I know at the back of my mind, at my deathbed, if ever, I did my part on that, achieving that vision. Kasi, as I said kanina, these reasons that I'm sharing may be my reasons, but most probably these are also reasons for some people. They may not be framing it this way. They may not be saying it this way in their own heads, but I think they also have these same reasons or more.
How about we do this for our audience? If nanonood ka ngayon, and you're a physics student, or maybe you're not a physics student, you're a science student, or maybe tama, pwede rin. Or kung student ka kahit saan, or you're someone in a career, whatever career that is, maybe you can type sa comments ano yung 5 reasons why you're in that career and why you stay. So, ayun. So, I hope sa conversation namin ni Marick today, he shared 5 reasons why he stays in the NIP. First is passion. Second is, what's that again? It's a flex. Third is, it's a duty. Fourth is because of his DOST Scholarship. Ako rin, DOST Scholar. And lastly, fifth is his vision for society.
Yeah.
I hope na inspired din kayo to think about your reasons. It's very important, lalo ngayong pandemic na mahirap. Ang daming bagay, lahat mahirap, di ba? We choose kung ano yung hirap na pagdadaanan natin, kung ano yung worth it. And for that, important maalala ano yung why natin. Ano nga, bakit nga ba? Why are we pushing to? So, Marick, do you have anything else to say before we end?
I guess I say I miss seeing people. Interacting. Like, I think people know this. Na kahit malayo ka pa lang, pagkakilala kita, kakawayan kita, I love you.
Yeah.
Like that. I have this idea kasi, I mean, as Christians, we have that. I pray to God that I meet people along the way that I would be able to at least be able to help. Like, I think smiling at someone, greeting them is a good help already, which I can't do right now. And I hope that we would be able to go back. But I miss doing that. I miss just being out there.
Tayong dalawa magkukwentuhan pa tayo, but for now, sa show natin, I guess that's it. That's all for today, guys. Thank you again, Marick, for joining us. And ako ulit si RD, your fellow physics student, and this is PisiKakulitan. By the way, if you like this video, like mo naman yung video. And maybe share mo rin sa friends mo kung na-inspire ka. And type something in the comments. And if you have someone you want to be on this show, na physics student just leave a comment or message us sa Facebook. So thanks so much, guys, and again, this is PisiKakulitan. Bye, guys.